My name is Faskina Joseph. I am a South Sudanese. I'm from Rocha's Foundation College of Africa.
My name is Emmanuel Yanga. I am a South Sudanese, a student of Rocha's Foundation College of Africa.
My name is Simon Akol. I'm a South Sudanese.
My name is Akok Philip Garang from South Sudan.
My name is Christiana Amang Thomas. I'm a South Sudanese. I'm the Rocha's Foundation College of Africa.
I was very little when my father died, leaving my mother alone, suffering for us. Life has become very difficult for us because my mother is very poor. Because of that, my mother have to remarry. Our stepfather refused to take care of us because we are not his biological children. Because of this, we have been taken to the orphanage. This was where Rocha's Foundation College of Africa found me.
Back in my country, life was so terrible for me because I was born into poverty in a poor background. I have 3 brothers, Leju, Lado, and Gori. Both of my parents have no work to do, but my mother used to do some end work like bread making to ensure that we eat and my brothers go to school. But later, the villagers were not happy with my mother because she worked hard, although she don't have no job to do. But she will labor hard that we can have something to eat. So later, they poisoned my mother and my mother died. Immediately my mother died, our father left us and we are all dispirited. And my brother was left funding after us until we are taken to the orphanage. In the orphanage, my life changes mainly because I had new friends who helped me and I started my education. But later, the organization and the government stopped funding my orphanage because of the war that happened in 2013, and life go back worse. And this always make me to go to church and seek God in prayer that one day He may make change in my family. Also after that, one day I was discharged from the orphanage and I left my brother alone in the orphanage, but I have nowhere to go and settle. But I have only one friend. He's called Moses. He took me. He go and asked his family, and his family allowed me to stay with them. Until one day, my brother brought me a news, and he told me that I have got a scholarship in Nigeria, a free education until my university. But at first I refused because nobody will look after him. But he promised me that let me go, God will lead me, and He will see me through my studies in Nigeria here. And that I will be used to eradicate this poverty from our family. And I left journeying to Nigeria. We hawk and I left journeying to Nigeria for my scholarship in Rocha's Foundation College of Africa.
I'm from a family of 6 members. I was very little when my father died. My mother cannot afford to take care of us. And at that time, my mother was not having a job because we were living in village. I stayed in village for a while, and my uncle's son took me to the city, to the city where my elder sister was living. Therefore, the time when I went to city, I joined a government school known as Group A3 Basic School. And within that years, there was outbreak of war in the city, whereby a lot of people died, including my relative. And the distance where I was living from the school was very far. Therefore, my sister talked with the teachers to make a transfer to take me to the private school that is near to our area. Therefore, I joined a private school known as Juba Model Primary School. I spent 1 year there, and there was outbreak of war again, whereby I lost my brother-in-law who was taking care of me. Therefore, I dropped out from school, and the shelter where I was to live became hard. I spent 1 year in a rent house, whereby the information of Rocha's Foundation College of Africa reached to South Sudan. And I was lucky to be chosen among those 5 less privileged.
I had a poor man and the little job my dad had. due to conflicts and poor education in South Sudan, he took me and my two siblings to Uganda. But we had difficulties where we had no house to live in. We used to live in relatives' house. After a while, being poorly paid, he couldn't continue paying our school fees in Uganda. So we had to come back to South Sudan, staying without education. After we had a relative who heard about the Richards Foundation College of Africa and informed us, that's how I got into the Richards Foundation College of Africa.
I'm from a family of 5 with a mother and without a father. I lost my father in a fatality as a war victim in the year 2013. This made us to flee to the northern parts of Uganda, one of the nearest countries of South Sudan. We stayed in the north in a camp called Kriadongo, one of the largest camps in the world. As we stayed there, we faced a lot of problems. Impurity of water, poor sanitation, outbreak of diseases, and many others. And also shortage of food. As we stayed there, we had to cope up with the situations and also start up solving some of these problems. We had to start farming, growing of some crops in order to back up the little that we have. This really affected us. As we stayed there, life was really miserable and not really conducive for us. Luckily, I was able to join one of the primary schools that I was able to complete my primary in the year 2016. And as time went on, in the month of September, I was one of the lucky students that were called upon to join the Richards Foundation College. This was through the First Lady of South Sudan, as she knew me as one of those that lost the parents in the war in 2013 due to the political instabilities.
My experience in Richards Foundation College of Africa has become better, and I see many things in my life I never see. I get a hope. Back to my country, I never know hope even. Daddy Richards showed me love. In my country, I never know what is love. But today, I am grateful for what Daddy Richards have done for me. Free education, free medical care, hostel where I will sleep, cafeteria where I will take my breakfast, lunch and dinner. And we have place of sport where we can take our activities sport. We have our library where we can read. We have a quality education, and we have a quality teachers. International teachers can teach us. The teaching I never know in my country, but today I can speak English very well and other language.
The Richards Foundation was established on 24th February 1998 to provide functional, qualitative, comprehensive and free education to all less privileged children across Africa, regardless of tribe, class and religion. The foundation was formed by Rochas Owele Anayo Okorocha, a man who was born in a poor background. He suffered on the street selling oranges to survive, until one day he made a prayer to God that, Father, bless me that I may bless others. Give me that I may give to those who do not have, for on my own I can do nothing.
But they don't understand that Rochas Foundation is a spiritual contract between me and my creator, when I swear that if God bless me, I will bless others. If you honor me, I will honor others. If you educate me, I will educate others. Because on my own, I can do nothing. But I can do all things through God who gives me the strength. It was spiritual and contraction with God.
It's this desire that gave birth to all this Rochas Foundation. And on his 55th birthday, he had a vision that Africa must come together as one. That vision, he taught that it's only through educating the less privileged children across Africa in a good way to become good leaders and how to live in unity and peace. Thereby, he came with the foundation of the Rochas Foundation College of Africa.
This day is a wake-up call, it's a clarion call on all government officials and all those in power and all those in authority and those who have been given privilege of life of wealth should help those who do not have. I do not know the economic problem we suffer today, or the HIV or the cancer we go through today, or the Ebola of yesterday. I do not know who will find solution. It might be that dejected child in the village whose parents are no longer alive might be the solution to the world's problem. Let every child be given a chance to go to school, for we may not know who will be the savior of this world.
In Rochas Foundation College of Africa, my life is totally changed because I study in an adorable and beautiful school. We have teachers from different countries of Africa who labor hard to teach us all the things that we need. We have our admin block where all the academic staff are found and the head of the school. We have also Assam African Hall of Fame where we receive our visitors and we are constantly reminded of the beauty of Africa. We have libraries. Our school is surrounded with well-equipped libraries like the library where we have all our different kind of books for our research. We have the music lab for our musical practices. We have the computer lab with 42 computers, all for our different practicals. And we have the chemistry, biology, physics, and the home economic labs, all for our senior classes. We have our wonderful and standard cafeteria where we receive all our meal, and our meal are always terrifically valued. And we always eat together as Africa. We didn't sit in a table as country, but we sat in different countries around one table to show the unity of Africa. We also have a wonderful and beautiful hostel where we sleep. Inside we have 6 beds in one room. We have 2 bathrooms and 1 toilet, and we have 6 cupboards for keeping our clothes. And we also have our sport field for our sport activities during our sport time. Above all these good and beautiful things, the Rochas Foundation has really colored and brightened my future.
Since I came here to Rochas Foundation College of Africa, my life has changed. Everything is free. They give me free and qualitative education. They give me free health. They give me free shelter. They give me free food. Everything that I need here, they give it to me. And also here, I have a lot of things that are well equipped. I have well-equipped computer lab. I have well-equipped library. I have clinic. I have a lot of things here.
And now in Rochas Foundation College of Africa, they have showed me love that I've never experienced before. I have a free qualitative education that I have hope for my future. I'm now able to eat 3 times a day. I have a beautiful place to rest my head after my school activities. I have the best classes. I have music where I used to go for our music practicals. In my life before, I've never celebrated my birthday before, but now I can celebrate my birthday. I'm so happy and so grateful for that.
When I came here into Rochas Foundation, I've really experienced a lot of good experiences. When I came here, I was unable to understand what I'm being taught, but now I can understand what my teachers teach me. I'm being taught in well-equipped classes, computer labs, and where to lay my head during the night to sleep.
Really, I want to thank you, Daddy Rochas, for what you have done in my life. My life before is worse, but today it's become better.
I really appreciate Daddy Rochas for the good thing that he have done for me. My promise to Daddy Rochas is that whenever I become a great person in future, I will help those who do not have. I will touch their life and give them hope.
And now I want to thank my daddy, Rochas, for showing me the love, giving me free education, free food, free everything that we ever needed for a living. And I'm so grateful, and I pray for him to live long.
I would like also to give thanks to God Almighty for the love and for answering my prayer and making me one of the students of Rochas Foundation College of Africa. I would like also to give thanks to my brothers and sisters who really share with me in this life and take me as one of their brothers and sisters in this foundation. I would also like to give thanks to all my teachers who labor hard in class to ensure that we get the adequate knowledge. Above all, I would also like to give thanks to our daddy, a man who from his country, he take us to give us free education. He brought us from our different countries to ensure that he need Africa to be one. A man that he don't look whether you are from his family, but he think everybody in this world, we are all one. That's why I like to give him thanks for what he have done in my life, and I will not forget this kind gesture. I would also like to give thanks to all his family who accepted his vision to accomplish in this nation. For that, in today, many of African children are suffering. Many of African children are not going to school due to poverty. Instead of brighter future, these children engage in trade trading to help themselves and their family survive.
Millions of African children are not going to school due to poverty. Instead of better future through education, these children engage in street trading. For this reason, I established the Rochas Foundation to provide qualitative, comprehensive, and free education to all the less privileged children across Africa, regardless of class, tribe, and religion. And as we all know that the best gift you can give to any child is education. Therefore, let education be free so that the children of the poor can go to school.
With all these things the Rochas Foundation have done for me and brighten my future, I believe that in my future, I will help the poor. I will sacrifice my life to the world, because my daddy who brought me here teach me that all people in the world, we are one, and most of people are suffering because they didn't have people to help them. But I sacrifice my life that in my future I will help the poor, and I will also do a foundation which is the Yago Foundation. And we all know that education is one of the powerful instruments we can use in reducing poverty, illiteracy, and inequality in our environment. Indeed, education is an engine of development, and where there's no education, development is stunted. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. Therefore, life without education is mere existence. Therefore, let education be free so that the children of the poor can go to school and become good leaders of tomorrow.